You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show. I'm Dave.
I'm Carrie.
And Melissa is on assignment.
She is not here tonight.
Not tonight. I was going to see, if he didn't say he had to go, I was going to ask Bobby Mack if he wanted to hang.
Really?
Yeah.
How come you didn't?
Well, he said before I had a chance to ask him, he
that's
said he
right.
had to go. So we're up. It's a Saturday evening, and I know we're two party animals.
Oh, boy.
Up
Yep.
in Dick Off Studio doing podcast on a Saturday night. But we just got done underneath Dick Off Studio is the rest of my house, and we just had a campaign, a dayforchange.org. That's the website.
Day for Change.
Yeah, we had a campaign meeting for my run for city council. And
Successful meeting.
yeah, it was cool. And I want to talk about that in just a second. But there was someone who was there, I thought, because I knew Melissa wasn't going to be here tonight. So now I know why you wanted that glass.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Do you want a straw, dude?
Yep.
I can go to get
Straws are back.
I can get you one.
I'm good.
It's metal.
Where's that rascally rabbit?
Yeah, so there was somebody who was at the meeting. I thought, I think he'd be interesting to have on the
Which one?
Bobby.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
no, he would have been interesting to have on the show. He could have told some. We could have just sat back. He could have just told stories.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
get
yeah.
as much time to talk to him, so.
Well, he got here late,
Right.
right? And then you got, I don't want to say cornered, but you ended up with Alex talking about. Let me just ask you this: Did he mention anything about gravel?
No.
Oh, you so got off lucky then.
No, but I was enjoying challenging occasionally. When he would say something, I would challenge him just to see how it would go.
How did it work out for you?
Well,
Did it?
yeah.
Okay, I wasn't there. I don't.
I don't know. No.
Oh, no, I wasn't implying there was like a fight would break out. I mean, you could
No,
take him. He could
not at
barely
all.
stand. Just take.
No,
his
I don't know what I'm talking
sweep
about.
the leg, and he's
No.
he's done.
No, I don't really know what I'm talking about. No, I just. No, it was interesting. No, it was a very interesting conversation. But yeah, I didn't realize he was a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. Did not know that. There was a couple of them here.
Yes, birds of a feather.
No, counselor. My
Neighbor
apologies.
Beth.
Yep.
Neighbor Beth. Who
But
also
in the district.
Neighbor
I
Beth should be
apologize.
on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she'll pound that bottle with you too.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, she totally would. Yeah, so it was good. Some ideas were exchanged. I had an idea.
I don't know, but I'm just. Wait a minute. I am still picturing that cake. I'm sorry. It just came to me.
Oh, did you get to see the picture?
No.
Oh.
I want to see the picture though.
I might have it. We've talked about it on the show. So my 50th birthday, they made a cake. My wife made a cake that was basically of my mom's vagina with me coming out of it.
And the comment. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was beautiful.
It might be somewhere in my text messages. No, not there. I don't think I left it on my phone because I don't want that accidentally. It may have been sent to me on my Facebook, so maybe after the show I can.
You'll have to show
you.
it to me then.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was quite the visual. Yeah, the visual. Yeah. So the whole conversation of your mom crowning and all. Yeah, that was quite creative of your wife. Let me just say. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So this wasn't my idea, but I had heard in a conversation somewhere else, and I did know a friend of mine who. Oh, he's been on the show, Peter, who's been on the show, and who used to dip his toe into the Reddit pond. And so I just thought I'd bring it up and see if he thought it was worthwhile, and it immediately was like, nah, dude. Hey, no problem. I was just asking. I'm not doing it. I'm on doing so many things right now as it is. No can do. Not for me, Jose. Sorry.
Yeah, he was pretty. Yeah, the look on his face as soon as you brought it up.
Well, because I was looking right
you
at
said
him when I
somebody
said
in this
it.
room, and
Yeah.
you said the word, and just the look
Yeah,
on his face.
he
like,
knew
oh,
it was
there
him.
he is. That's the person you were talking
And,
about.
and everybody in the room, obviously, I knew everybody in the room from different places, but I mean, I knew how the personal joke I could make with each person and that kind of thing. So it was totally done, kind of tongue in cheek, unless he would have go, "Oh, that's a great idea, Dave. We should do it." Then I would have meant, "Cool, you're my Reddit man." But he was like, "No, man, no, it's okay.
There you go.
I don't think that's going to make or break this campaign."
That was a pretty good meeting, though.
You think so?
Yeah,
It's hard to tell when you're.
No, I think you got a lot of good ideas. A lot of people threw in a few things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And folks weren't. I was a little concerned about two things, and neither happened. One, we were going to get bogged. We started to, and I was able to redirect when we started about petitioning, all the questions and all that stuff. And I just really wanted a quick hit and move on, so people knew we were going. It wasn't the time to start like doing petitioning training.
Yep.
You know, and there was a, you know. It was an, you know, that was good. And I was also worried about a lot of conversation about the other people running, which I didn't want to have just because there wasn't enough time. I don't
Right.
mind talking about it. Just look at the stuff we had, and we still went.
We still went over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went a long time. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
there were
did.
people. Well, after we stopped, people were hanging out talking.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No,
I still can't. We got to figure out how she knows me, or
okay. Look, please don't take this the wrong way.
Mhm.
Okay, it just you could just be another white lady that she saw, and you know
this
what I
has
mean?
happened to me quite a
Okay.
few times, though. I don't think I look like.
Well, then you have doppelgangers or carry masks.
No,
going
I'm
on
serious.
around?
This
Okay.
has happened to me a couple of times. That there must be somebody out there that looks just like me. I've been told that, and her name's Lori or Laura.
Okay.
No, I'm very serious.
No, all right, well, you have a name. I didn't know you had a name. All right.
No, I do. Yeah.
Well, then
so
maybe
if
she
you're
knows-
out there, Laura, please come find me. I'm your long lost sister.
Okay.
Come
Come on the show.
Apparently, yeah, that would be awesome. There's two of us. Oh crap, that's scary.
Well, okay.
Scary Carrie.
No.
What?
No.
What? There's two of us out there.
I don't mind if there's two of you.
Huh?
I wouldn't mind if there's two of you. What? More carries to love.
Aw, isn't
Yeah.
that sweet? So, I don't know if I should say this out loud or
Bought that
not.
car,
But, huh?
bought that car to the dollar store. Okay, so I didn't tell her this. I'm not going to tell her. Unfortunately, my wife doesn't listen to the show. Or if she does it on the down low. And she's really good at not letting me know that she listens. So whatever.
So if you're listening, let him know, please.
Well, so just let me finish the story, okay? Before you jump on me. All right. So I don't think we did a show. No, we didn't do a show last week, so we
No.
didn't talk about Valentine's Day at all.
Nope.
And look, my wife and I have had this conversation more than once. I cannot, my brain cannot handle, I'm not saying I'm like, this is a neurodivergency thing or anything like that. My brain will not tolerate like reading between the lines or getting hidden messages. Just tell me. If you want to do something for something.
If you're a guy, you need to be told. I get it.
I don't care about if it's a guy. I don't
Well-
care if it's. I don't think it matters if I have a penis or not. Whatever.
I think it does, but
Okay,
go ahead.
fine. Whatever the reason, I just know me. I will never speak on behalf of all guys.
Mm-hmm.
But even I've had this conversation, and I'm like, look, just tell me. Don't.
Yeah.
So we had a conversation. Are we doing anything for Valentine's Day? She said, nope. Didn't even think about it. Didn't hesitate. No, nothing for you to read between any lines.
Okay.
There was no like, well, no. There was no. I was like, no.
Yep.
So I didn't. So I was in school a couple of days before, and I don't remember how it came up. Oh, because the aide in one of my classes was saying things he was doing for his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Oh my God.
okay, quick aside.
Yep. You gotta.
Now this aide. Nice
Wait,
kid.
how old though? Are
He's
they
not,
young?
He's not old. Yeah, he's
Okay.
young.
All right.
But I don't know how old he is. But this still, he is working in a school
Okay.
as an aide, so it doesn't mean he's got to at least have a high school diploma.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you would think.
No, I think you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's at least of that age.
Right.
Right. I don't know when he graduated. Could have
Okay.
been that long ago, but I would like, I don't know. So anyway, we were talking one day, and it was just the two of us. There weren't any kids in the room at the time. And he was talking about needing a day off, but like 3 years. Like a year from now. Like a year from now. And I'm like, dude, it's not even the school year. I don't understand why
Oh
you're
my
stressing about
gosh.
this. So he's telling me, he goes, well, I promised my girlfriend that when she graduates high school, we would go to Disney
Oh my
World together.
gosh.
And my immediate, because I'm talking to someone who works in a school, and he's saying how his girlfriend hasn't graduated from high school yet.
Oh my gosh.
And my brain had all of these, but then it hit me, okay, this kid could literally be like 18, 19 years old.
Oh my gosh. But your mind went right to.
Right to
Yep.
my girlfriend hasn't
Oh my
graduated high school
God.
yet.
Oh my God. I remember teachers that were dating
Yeah.
students when I was in school.
Well,
we have a gym teacher that married
Well,
one of
okay.
our students. Yeah, but that was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, it was a whole different ball
Yeah.
game back then.
So anyway, I was talking this with students though this time, and generally in our program there's small classes, and I don't tell them everything. Like they, in theory, they don't know about the Stuart Pedasso show.
No, I hope not.
Fool me once,
Right?
Right. So
Alright.
and so what are you doing? What are you doing with your wife for Valentine's? I was like, nothing. We had a conversation, and nope. And they're all like,
Wait a
"Oh,
minute. Did you at least make her a homemade card?
I'm getting
Okay, fine.
So
I'll
I'm
let
like-
you finish.
I'm like, they're like, no, and I'm saying, look, no, we've had this conversation. If she wants to do something, we will do. I will do it. I just need to know. And she said no, and that is it. And she
That's it.
knows I'm not play. I don't play games. I will do anything you want me to do. You just have to tell me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You okay? Now I won't go there. So.
Okay. Yep. And
Okay, no, I don't want to go there. So,
go there.
so like if she wants to peg me, that's fine. She's just gonna have to get me drunk and really, I don't know, catch me on a good day. Let me just grab some Metamucil or something.
There you go.
Something to. I just want my first time to be special, Carrie. I don't want the word.
You don't need much, but
Yeah, I don't want, like, when talking about it, I don't want the word poo to be like the word used most. Caring, sensual, surprise, whatever, but not poo. Maybe the second or third time, like if I don't prep or anything, get me drunk first. I'm not just, oh, all right, fine. But yeah, first time, I want it to be special.
just a little special.
That's all I'm asking
Just a
for
little
on a
bit.
Valentine. Am I being
You
too
know,
romantic? Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Good times. So they talked me into, all right, look, at least get a card
Okay.
and just have it.
Okay.
So
right.
if she shows up that day and, oh, honey, I got you that, at least I have a
Exactly.
card. So I'm like, all right, but
Thank you, kids.
no, but you are going to, because you're not going to pull this on me, say no, and then do something, and don't think I'm doing something like. So I did. I have it. She didn't. There was nothing. I didn't have to pull this out. So it's a dollar store card that's in Spanish. I'm not sure what it says. I assume it's Valentine's. There's hearts on it, but
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I guess I could put it in Google Translate, see what it says.
Oh my God.
But I didn't have
That
to
is
use it,
awesome.
so I have it. It's here. I can use it for whatever.
Oh God.
Flag Day, I can use it if your birthday.
Oh my
whatever.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of cards here. I can use it any given moment. I have one just for Pete whenever it just says, "You're gay."
That is awesome.
Right.
I think there should be
Isn't it?
cards for off topic. Like there should be Valentine cards for like your not so average Valentine. You know?
What do you mean, not so average Valentine? What do you mean?
I don't
Be
know,
more
like
give me an example.
just funny ones. Aren't there funny Valentine cards?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, it depends on what your definition of funny is. But yeah, that are meant to be funny.
oh,
That if
okay.
you look them up, it'll say humorous or it'll say
Oh, okay,
funny.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't
Now,
know.
if you really think they're funny, okay.
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't know. That would be my kind of Valentine card. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, mine's and
I
so-
used to have to make my own because they didn't make funny enough ones. So.
Well, that's again, and who you're giving it to? Do they have the same
Oh hell yeah.
sense of humor? Well, that's what.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, that campaign meeting.
I don't know. No.
No,
Yeah.
no Valentine's card, and I did not get pegged. So I guess it was a success. I have a low bar.
Gives a whole new meaning to pegboard.
Yeah, it's just, well,
What's her name? Pegboard. Alrighty then.
so well, hey, there is the Erotic Arts Festival, so there's always that.
There's always hope.
I will not be getting pegged at the Erotic Arts Festival. There's no betting app for that, but they wouldn't even take bets on that. It's not happening. And that's not a me
Is it
thing.
FanDuel doesn't take bets on that?
If I'm going to get pegged at the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival,
They take bets on just about everything.
I don't.
Speaking of
It's
bets,
not really a sporting event, so I don't.
Speaking of sporting events,
Unless there's dice involved. Am I
the
doing
big
this
fuzzy
wrong?
dice.
Wait, am I? Was I going to be doing this
Big
wrong?
fuzzy-
Wait a minute. I did not realize dice were involved. What the? Oh my God! People are going to bet on my ass. What the?
Wait, you got to blow on those first.
Lord have mercy. So I happen to be drinking Guinness tonight.
Guinness.
Yeah. Well. Oh man, I wasn't ready to go there yet. We'll talk. Never mind. We'll talk about Guinness.
Rewind.
No. We'll get to it. It would have been a great segue. I just wasn't ready to get off this segue. So, but I am getting another beer.
Segway. Aren't those electronic bikes? There you go. Oh, we talked about electronic bikes anyway. Look at that.
Remember when
I got my bottle of wine.
Yeah, shoot. Do you want it in the fridge?
My magnum of wine.
You do. Do you want it in the fridge?
No, I don't think it's gonna fit. I wasn't thinking.
I think there's one spot.
I don't think.
So if y'all listeners to the old ones, the old shows, you know how to pour a Guinness because we had an expert in.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. There used to be a couple of dudes who wrote a beer column for the Democrat Chronicle, our local corporate newspaper.
Wait, there's a thing in the Guinness can, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So I've been a fan of Guinness for a while, but they actually did like a class for us, kind of on the show.
You have to
So
let
you-
it sit for a minute first. Or no?
You tilt at a 45-degree angle.
45.
And then
Hang
you
on.
go-
Nope, that's not 45.
Okay, well you get your
Let
protractor.
me get my protractor out. It's a compass, but okay.
And then you go to about 2/3, maybe give or take,
All right.
and then you put it back
Then
and
you
you let it
tip
sit.
Okay.
And I think it was like between 45 to 60 seconds.
Okay.
And then you just dump the rest in.
Is that to keep the head low?
Actually, it does the opposite. I like having like a
You
Guinness
like-
mustache a little bit. It's kind
I was about to say
yeah.
something wouldn't have sounded great if I put the whole sentence together.
Good. What's the Stuart Brassel show?
So you like a big head?
Yeah. Well, for drinking, not for pegging. Thank you, though.
Anytime.
Totally have the theme of the show. Did
Anytime.
not plan on going there.
Anytime.
Remember before I hit record, what do you want to talk about? I don't know. I have everything written down.
Okay.
It's pretty much how shows
Let's
end up
just
like
go.
this. Yeah. Unless there's a long list, then we're totally good. But if you totally freeform, it's going to come back to butt sex probably.
Little pegging, little head.
Yeah, that's
Whatever.
pretty much the Stuart Brassel show.
Little this, little that.
So
Yes, sir. I am a real horse.
So did I tell you the Guinness / and I apologize if y'all have heard it. I know you have, but
It's like the foam from a latte or a cappuccino, actually.
the Guinness / Michelob Ultra story from Hawaii.
Oh God, no! This ought to be good. You
So-
mix the two?
No.
Okay,
So
good.
back when I did the show in Hawaii with my buddy Jill, who I haven't seen or spoken to in a while, online Facebooky stuff, but not like in real life. We would do the show, and then we would go out for drinks, and we were doing the shows on Sundays for some reason. I think because of her work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And back when I was a little bit younger, and I could be a little hungover and function,
And
the
then
next
still
day.
work the next day.
And we would go to this touristy tiki bar, but because it was
Tiki bar.
Sunday, no one would be there.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool. And there was this other guy who we'd meet up and hang out with, who was like the editor of the local weekly newspaper there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'd be liberally kind of run,
Why do they have to be liberal? Because it's weekly.
because usually those type of alternatives tend to be.
Okay.
They come about because the corporate rags are so fucking corporate.
Because it's a weekly thing. They're usually the liberal type.
No, it's just
Oh,
I don't think they had nothing to do with how often they come out. Usually because they don't make a lot of money. They don't not
okay.
coming out every day
Oh, okay.
kind of thing. Well, the weekly here in Rochester turned into a monthly after it got bought by the local PBS station, and now it's just an entertainment magazine.
Really?
They do much less news, not totally none,
Okay.
because there's a very good reporter there, but most of it is just
What is it? What rock?
city newspaper.
Really?
Oh,
That
it's-
used to be weekly. Now it's monthly.
Yeah, and it used to be like newsprint, and now it's
Yeah.
like glossy kind of paper. Yeah. So
I
anyway,
don't like how everything's changed so much.
so we would go to this tiki bar, and I would always have Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
And the bartender there, and I don't know where he was from. He was from somewhere in the Middle East. I can't remember, but he was like big, kind of birdy, macho guy, whatever. And so I had already been doing stuff to like kind of get in a little bit better shape. And I was trying to do, I was doing low carb at the time, and I kind of am now, sort of.
Okay.
Not quite as disciplined as I used to be. But so I walked in and he's getting ready to pour my Guinness. I was like, no, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna have a Mick Ultra. And he goes, what are you gonna wash down your estrogen pill with that?
Oh, that's awesome.
Right. So I was like, give me the fucking Guinness, you bastard. So from then on, I can't see like a Mick Ultra commercial without thinking of my estrogen pill. And even
There you
Eve,
go.
and
That's
even Eve
awesome.
comes at me. And,
That
you
is
know,
awesome.
You know, oh, you gonna wash down your estrogen pill with that?
Nice. Nice.
That the estrogen pill, like I tell these stories and like I always regret because like at the meeting tonight,
Yeah.
the fucking potholder story and the estrogen pill one, and that's right.
It can come back to make it, but you're telling it. Is it wrong to say at that time it was different? Like
What?
to say it like that? Like it sounds bad to say it like that. Like
No, it was relatively sexist then too, but
It
but
was,
still it was
but-
witty.
it was witty.
Yeah, but
But-
I recognized the humor in it, and I totally caved into peer pressure. But I also
But if
like
you
Guinness.
had said that
but honestly,
2 years ago,
if you twist my arm to drink Guinness, it's not that much twisting, okay?
Right.
Really. It's
Right.
not, you know. I wasn't like, ooh, I can't wait to get my lips around this Mick Ultra. It was more like, all right, I'm going to do this because I'm committed. And just took one person to go, you know, that. Oh, go fuck, give me the Guinness. And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
chugging it. So it's, you know, it's all good.
But they turned it around to make you feel like a woman. Come on now.
Well, yeah.
No.
That was yes. I said it was sexist.
But it was funny.
It was. I recognized the wit, and if I wanted to,
But I laughed too.
right, and I was a protester then, and I would have, if it was something I really felt like standing up for, it wasn't a big deal. It was,
This is where I struggle. This is where I'm struggling right now. I don't know. Like, but I find it funny, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But then again, when I think of it logically, I get it. But yet it's still funny. So am I wrong for laughing? I don't think I'm wrong for laughing.
no.
I mean, I logically see why it's wrong, but it's still
well,
funny.
okay, it's in the meter of transgressions. It's not super.
Okay, so I don't. So what does that make me?
It doesn't make you anything. How did this turn out to be about you?
Damn it! Because
Carrie.
isn't everything? Come on now.
Maybe I don't want 2 carries.
Right? Did I not tell you this? No. So I don't know what I watched recently.
You
but
guys
they
would
were
be arguing about how turning it about yourselves.
they're
I'm not breaking that shit
just
up.
they were talking about this. They were talking about.
Definitely not throwing my Guinness on you.
Oh no, this is what it is. It's about how we're in this. I don't know how the backlash. Like we went too far to the left, and now it's swinging back, and blah blah blah, and we're where we are because
Okay.
women's rights and blah 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 blah, and right.
Well, okay.
Right? So, but that's not true either.
No.
Right? So,
Most of the I don't have a number, but I'm going to make up a number. 85%, because the number I'm pulling out of my ass.
everything's pulled out of everybody's ass at this point.
At least today on the pegging show. So
Sorry, that was good.
Ba-dum-boom. Yeah. So like the majority of people that are talking about the left and the right really don't know what that really means. especially to the left. I mean, there's people who are like, Hillary Clinton's a lefty commie. It's like, bro, she is so far away from being a lefty than fucking...
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So just, yeah.
There's no, you can't do anything right or left or anything. You didn't do anything correctly. So why are we trying? I don't know. Do no harm, I guess. It's your intent, I guess, is what we should be looking at.
Look,
are you trying to hurt somebody? It
doesn't matter who you are. You can be Captain Lefty, whatever you want, a dumb nickname, superhero nickname you want to call yourself. You are going to make mistakes.
Correct.
And sometimes you're going to make mistakes in the other way. You're going to like call somebody out who shouldn't have been called out.
Right.
Right. And actually, this book that's taking me forever to read, The Persuaders, talks about that, about instead of calling people out, calling them in, which is something I want to, if I have time, I probably won't have time until after this campaign, to look into more and try to train myself to do that. So if somebody says something shitty, rather than say, you suck, I'm never coming to this cheesy tiki bar again, figuring out a way to, quote, call them in.
That's exactly where I was going with this, is maybe, because if that's the culture we're in, is how to pull everybody down or point out everything wrong with everything.
Yes.
Who's ever going to fix anything? Because everybody's going to be afraid to step up.
Welcome to the left, Carrie.
Thank you. Right, because
that's all we do.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. Where's the fix going to come from?
No,
because
that's all the
everybody's
left does.
Knocking everybody down because you can't do anything right correctly.
So there has been, I would say, of all the parties / organizations in our area, I do firmly believe the Green Party is most consistently to the left. I hate using that term, but let's just stay with it.
I'd say it's the most to the left.
It's
than
not
the Democratic Party.
Well, yeah, for sure, without question. But there's been some other groups, and I'm not going to say names right now. But they've all come and gone,
right?
Because they all like start infighting and they all just kind of disintegrate. And one of them is in the process of that happening right now. That we're doing really good things.
But those major parties really aren't what they were truly at their core from the beginnings. They're not even remotely what they were from their core anymore.
Okay, that's extremely funny. So, wow, was not planning on getting into this. Fortunately, Guinness does not have a high alcohol content. So,
right?
Yeah.
Neither does wine.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the wine, but
well,
yeah. I think it's more than Guinness, though. Isn't that like 12 something usually?
I don't know.
It probably says on the bottle. Guinness is like 4.5. So, anyway,
something.
Yeah. So, I love the Republicans who say this. Well, it was a Republican who freed the slaves.
Sorry.
Well, okay. First of all, we can get into that. Like, did Lincoln actually free the slaves? But in as much as he did he do it because he didn't like slavery? No. But
okay, they were all politicians.
Yeah. So there's that. But that's true. And the Republican Party was relatively more abolitionist than Democrats. Democrats, if you didn't have names on their parties at that time and you looked at them, you would have thought the Republicans were the Democrats and the Democrats were the Republicans.
Yep.
And then around 1900, they started to switch. Yep. They started to morph.
Yep.
And then even then, Democrats weren't going to do jack shit during the Depression. It was when communists, socialists, and unionists started pushing FDR. And he'd say, and this might be an exact quote, but it's very close if it's not an exact quote. He basically told them, make me. Not like fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Not, hey, I'm in a wheelchair, make me. It wasn't like that. It was he said, you want these things? Great. Me too. Make me do it. Because everybody in Congress, they don't want me to do it. Mm-hmm. So you want Social Security, you want unemployment, you want the New Deal, make me do it because they don't want me to do it. And that's what these folks did by protesting and going door to door and doing all this shit. So Democrats weren't really super huge. And after the New Deal, all of those things that we have that was the safety net, the minute those things got put into place, all the corporatists started working at chipping away at it. And they didn't do too well at the beginning because when our economy was the best during the 50s and the tax rate was way super high for rich people.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was a lot more control of corporations. And once Nixon hit, there was a bump with Carter a little bit, but he didn't put that much of a fight. And then Reagan, it just steamrolled.
Yeah.
But for 20 years before that, they started chipping away by Republicans getting seats on school boards and city councils and town boards and all that jazz, and started doing from the bottom. And then all of a sudden, once Reagan came around, they had all the local and state shit locked down, and Reagan was just able to steamroll over everyone. And then he had Daddy Bush after that. Fucking Clinton was basically a Republican who just played saxophone and fucked everybody. Literally.
Clinton did them all a favor by balancing the budget, and then they were able to ride that through.
But his social programs look like gutted welfare and really
Right,
fucked black people over.
because he balanced the budget for the Republicans to just.
Well, again, you can still
steamroll
balance
off
the
of
budget
it.
now if you tax rich people the way they should be and stop
Agreed,
spending
but-
so much on the military.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, what Clinton did them a
Yeah.
favor by balancing the budget, and then they just skyrocketed
So
from there.
Once
In my opinion, I
into
don't know
Reagan,
much.
the two parties just pretty much started melding into each other.
Yeah.
And,
Well, they saw what they could do.
Yeah,
It became
and-
a business being a
and-
politician, I think.
and as much as you say, well, the Democrats are for women's choice, well, kinda. They say it. They talk the game. At least give Republicans credit. They'll fucking say, fuck you, you have no control of your body. At least they'll say it out loud to your face.
I am seeing that it's about money.
Yeah.
Local is a little different, I see, so much.
But on the grand scheme of things, they still won't do the
Yes
things that
and
need
no,
to be done.
but
Yeah.
local, you have a little more accountability, I think. No?
It depends.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Well, if
I'm learning.
there's so much accountability, how come in the city of Rochester there hasn't been a non-Democrat elected in over 40 years?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Well, that's why there is no accountability. There's people who have absolute Republican values. Absolute. And we're registered Republicans. And the minute they decide to run for office, they change their registration to Democrat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I heard.
One of them's been on the show. And is now in office. You don't know her. So
but I know somebody else that you guys have explained to me
Yeah.
what they did to get to where they are, and I'm just surprised. I didn't know it worked like this.
So I totally forgot. Man, we were talking about butt sex a minute ago, and then my campaign. What the hell?
Jesus, did this disintegrate?
Yeah, well,
intellectual shit.
I don't. So anyway, vote green. I don't. So
No, vote paycheck,
Speaking
which means vote
Guinness.
green.
Speaking Guinness,
Your bottom line is to vote green, but people don't explain that to you.
so I'm going to the but I'm gonna still be political though. Watch this.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I'm drinking Guinness is because the other day I was in Costco. See,
Okay.
there we go.
Okay.
And Costco, so I want to talk about that. And so Costco had this thing where it was a 15-pack, 5 of each of these 3 different Irish. There's Smithwick, Harps, and Guinness.
Okay.
5 of each. And
Guinness has a harp on it.
and I worked it out. It was like, this is like less than $2 a beer.
Nice.
I mean, I was like, holy shit, I'm buying a thing of beer for $30, which sounds like a lot, but it was like $2 a beer.
Right.
So, so that's why I'm drinking Guinness. They
Nice.
don't tend to have our local Jenny that we usually drink, that Melissa and I usually drink. They don't have that at the Costco. Did you know Costco has its own brand of beer?
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I looked at it and Eve goes, do you want to get it? And I was like, look, if they had one beer, I'm not buying a 12-pack of this because if it's piss, I'm not.
Well, that's what you give guests when they come over.
I would not. I'm not giving someone Kirkland beer.
I was going to ask you. I didn't know if I could say the name. I was going to ask you if it was
So.
Kirkland.
Yeah, I'm not doing that because you know they're just.
I saw
pushing
the
it off
jug of
on you.
milk. See, I can't go through that much milk. Do they have smaller jugs?
No, not that I know
Damn it.
of. Eve does.
See, I don't know.
She goes. Oh, when we go to Costco on Sunday, I'm like, we're going again? Why? She goes, I need milk. I'm like, can't we go to Aldi's?
Drink that
she keeps saying she does. My wife gets into these things, and then there'll come a time where
I don't think I'm
she
supposed
won't
to
drink it
that.
again for a long time. But now she's in a big milk drinking thing. So for a while she was in a big cottage cheese thing, and I do like cottage cheese. I do eat it, but
I'll only eat it with pineapple.
so we went to Costco and now have this ginormous tub, and now and then she got off. It's not her thing anymore. So I've been eating a shitload of cottage cheese.
See, that's the problem. See, now I'm thinking I can't go to Costco because
So
I'd have to buy big tubs of shit, and I can't.
well, again, so I don't.
I'm one person.
We don't do one place for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to go. I need to hit it and quit it, man. I'm just kidding.
Then just
One store is all I can do.
let's just do all these.
And I've never stepped foot in an Aldi's yet.
Oh.
I've not been in an Aldi's yet.
We should.
Well, I'm right near Herma's, so I don't need to yet.
Well, then just do that.
I'm
That's fine, too.
moving.
Okay. We'll talk when you move.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So-
really want to join Costco. I just can't financially make it because I know I'm going to spend a crap load of money in there. That's my problem.
Well, yeah, there is. You can.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can.
I will.
Yeah. Well, so like something that I there's no, especially the one deli that went out of business around here, which I was really bummed about. Like every once in a while, I like to
Eat
I'll
deli meat.
indulge. Well,
I love deli meat.
Let's not talk. We won't talk about what I have for lunch every day. No, but a nice, good deli pastrami sandwich. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Ever have a real good panini
Yeah.
done
So-
well? Mm-hmm.
So Costco has these big ass things of pastrami, and I was thinking about, but pastrami's not cheap, and you're buying a ginormous thing of it.
Yep.
It's really not cheap. Well, it wasn't actually that big. I could eat it. It looked like maybe 2 sandwiches. A deli sandwich has like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's in your whole
I used to
hand.
make subs. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's maybe 2 sandwiches, but it was still really expensive. But then I flipped it over and I looked, at least on this particular thing, there was a lot of other ingredients that I was like, that saved me from buying this
Yep.
$20 thing of pastrami.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I don't need corn syrup curds or whatever the fuck they called it. And so, so in our house, we used to once a week, sometimes even when we didn't need to, would go to Target. Certain somebody, won't mention any names in the house, Artemis, just has to go to Target.
Oh, okay.
But since it came out when Trump came into power and all of these shitty ass companies said, well, great, we don't have to have the DEI stuff anymore. Target was one of them, and our household was all on board, saying, you know what, we really shouldn't do Target anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did need a place, a different, because there's some other things that we do get that isn't at Aldi's.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, Costco said they upheld theirs and they paid some of
Right, and I wanna
a
support
raise to
them.
some of their workers. They've generally been a good corporation, as good as you can be if you're a corporation. And we've talked about this, I think, a couple of weeks ago, where, look, you can't be a huge corporation and not be exploitative in some way.
Right.
Whether it's the environment or labor, you just can't get that big. Hell, even small businesses can be exploitative at times. So, you can't, in our culture, in our plate, you can't be 100%.
Right.
We've talked about that a million times. You're not making your own clothes, like literally growing your own cotton, spinning it into fibers, cutting down trees to growing your own trees.
vegetables. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you grow your own vegetables, but is it going to be enough for the whole year? Are you
Canning them. Right. Yeah, you're
are
not
you
doing all
putting that much? Do I have that much time? No, I don't. So, you do the best you can, and you always try to do just a little bit better. And so we went to Costco. We figured it was better,
Right.
Not best, better.
Right.
There isn't a best. We were talking. Some of us downstairs at the meeting tonight. I don't remember who I was talking to because there were a lot of side conversations and stuff. We were talking about a local co-op here that's a grocery store,
Yes.
and they're member owned. So you go and you pay $100, which I did, and you are a member. You are, quote, part owner. and you can vote at the annual meeting if you go, which I'll admit I've never gone. But generally, it's a hierarchical structure, and there is a boss, and the workers don't get paid that much, and I would like the workers to get paid more, but whatever. So it's better. It's not best, right? So I've been there. Actually, I've been there just the other day. Some of the stuff we ate tonight was from that
Okay.
co-op, and again, better. So we went Costco, and all right, there's a few things that I buy for specific reasons, and whether it's the brand name that, again, not as shitty, or due to various things of how I live and need to live and stuff like that. I really don't want to get into like what kind of lotion I put on my feet. It's really not that important, but
Really?
yeah, it's not.
Ah, okay.
But there is a specific one that seems to work best for me.
Right.
And having a touch of the diabetes, you got to take care of the feet.
Yep.
It's important.
It is.
So they do not have that brand.
Okay.
So I will be looking for another place that has that brand. I might even go online.
Okay.
Now, again, it will not be Amazon.
No.
Here's another story.
Okay.
And this is so I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So with this switch over to Costco, they do not have the type of antiperspirant that I use.
Uh-oh.
Now, I'm not using what's her names that makes everyone smell like big fat smelly whores. The Lumi or whatever.
What? They have different flavors.
That's not the point. The commercials are just annoying to me. They just make everyone sound like you're a big fat smelly whore, and if you don't buy our stuff, everyone's gonna point at you because you smell so bad. They do. That's
They
what
do
this,
not.
Yes, they do.
They do not.
They do.
How? How do they make you smell like a big? How do they make you feel like a big fat smelly whore?
So this has been a plague on our society up until 2 years ago. All of a sudden, there's all these products for your junk, for every place on your body now smells.
Okay.
All of a sudden.
So how did this all of a sudden come up? Because Lumi, I don't know how this really happened, so this is just my assumption from how the commercials came about. Lumi was the first one.
I believe so.
And then all of a sudden,
Yeah, there's other ones now too.
because the patent must have come up or something something happened, and then
It
all
could be
these
their
other
own
jumped
formula.
on.
Yeah.
Because Lumi came out, and I've bought Lumi for a couple of years in a row because it's the
now,
only thing.
Dove thinks your junk smells. Now,
No, because something happened where other people have been able to get the formula.
okay,
Because
maybe
this
that's
shit
it too.
works. And you know what it works for? Probably TMI for a lot of people, but for women that wear shoes that you want to wear cheap shoes in the summer and your feet sweat like everything else sweats, feet smell when they sweat, you throw that shit on your feet, your shoes don't smell, you can wear cheap shoes in the summer. End of story. It's for that reason alone.
What about the rest of your body that smells
You don't
like
use
a
it
sewer?
for that.
That's what the commercial says.
Of
you need
course
to.
it does, because they
Well,
want you to buy it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So anyway,
But that's not what we buy it for. We buy it for our feet.
well,
To wear
fine.
cheap
But
shoes
I make
in the
fun
summer.
of the commercial and the corporation.
Okay.
All right, I'm not talking about your smelly ass feet. Dang,
But they're not going to put that on the commercial.
they should.
But women know what we buy it for. We don't put it in those other places.
Well, okay, back to the
Okay, then.
sexist stuff and my estrogen pills. Then they shouldn't be making. It started off with women before they got to the men stuff because there was mostly commercials for women at first.
However, one of the first commercials Lumi put on was, "Oh, and by the way, men have this smell too." They put that on there.
Well, that I didn't see that specific.
Lumi
commercial.
did that
Well, I don't care, but again, we're humans, and I'm so worried about now that everything I have on me smells. Oh, behind my ear smells. I need something anyway. So my antiperspirant. Damn, my antiperspirant. I was getting it at the Target. Costco doesn't have it.
Okay.
So I go to the website of the company. I'm like, all right, I can get it from them. But I always check, let me try eBay, right? Because a lot of times I can get it just a little bit cheaper. I'm getting it online. It's getting mailed to me either way. If I save $2, I save $2.
Mm-hmm.
Find it on eBay. Order it. If you ever order anything on eBay, you keep getting updates.
Yes.
Right. Well, that's fine. Good. No, I have no problem with that. So I'm getting the updates, and the picture is what I ordered, but the description is not, because apparently I'm getting something that's fig scented. I don't know what figs smell like, but the picture is what I ordered. So I'm like, all right, let's just see how this works. I already ordered it. It's already en route. So let's just see how this works out.
Fig,
So, right.
fig deodorant?
It's fig
Alrighty
scented.
then.
I don't know what figs smell like. So it comes to the house, and the good news, it's not fig scented. It's the scent that I ordered.
Okay.
But it's the deodorant version, not the antiperspirant. And I do prefer the antiperspirant.
Okay.
So, but here's the thing I noticed. It came in one of those bubble wrappy envelopes,
Yep.
bubble wrap on the inside.
Yep.
But the outside had shit all wrapped at like Amazon. And I'm like, yeah, I don't do Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, well, I'm sending this back anyway because it's not what I ordered.
Right.
And I ordered on eBay from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And or I ordered and so that's actually I really needed to get here
Yeah.
because I don't care about my privates. No one's gonna be smelling my junk anytime soon.
Well,
They're really not. Do you have to trust me on this one?
okay.
Okay. So okay, not even a funny joke. So
You thought about it for a minute.
yeah,
though.
I did. Yeah, that's fine.
You'll have to tell me later.
I was gonna say unless I get really flexible really soon. There, I said it anyway. Okay. I'm taking a sip of my Guinness here. I need a break. So okay. So I ordered. It should be here soon. Hopefully, we all hope it's going to be here soon. So because I'm running on fumes of my last
Literally.
antiperspirant. Yeah, there's just a little bit left in the thing. It's like it's half getting half antiperspirant, half scraping your armpit with the thing. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it needs to get here. So,
You're gonna be using Eve's pretty soon.
maybe I don't even know what she uses anymore. Anyway, so she so I needed to order something else off of eBay.
Okay.
I
I have some Lume if you'd like to use.
No,
some.
I'm good. But I needed something else because
It's on my feet.
as back to my campaign from the media consultant who I had sessions with to do. She suggested I do more Instagram Reels.
Okay.
That's where there's more engagement than just posting stuff. So I've actually started doing that over the past week and a half. And she's right. I'm not an influencer by any sense, but it's way more engagement than I was getting before.
Okay.
So fortunately, what I paid her paid off so far.
So,
But to do them, I sometimes I'm outside, that kind of thing. So I needed to get a microphone for not just using the phone mic to, with the clip-on
Click it,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So I ordered that, or I went to Best Buy and I got that. And I did check. They're not one of the shitty
they
corporations.
still have Best Buys?
They do. Yeah, there's two of them here around in the area.
Really?
Yep. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. If you include Victor, there's 3.
It's so weird. Now that I don't do Amazon anymore, I actually go out and shop.
And I did look on the BDS website. Best Buy was not on there, so I did look ahead of time.
Awesome. Okay.
So I got the mic, but it wasn't working. And then of course I've learned every time I do something like this. I mean, all this weird stuff with the Stuart Pedasso show, I've learned a lot more about electronics and audio and stuff. And then learning stuff like when we do the Erotic Arts Festival, about doing stuff on laptops and all the different. And I've learned stuff. Even the other things before Stuart, which we won't discuss here. If you don't know, I'll tell you.
I don't.
So I've learned things. Even if it's something that was stupid and goofy and embarrassing, maybe, but I learned things about the technology and I learned things about how to do stuff. And some of you who listen to the show who just know me for a long time know the type of things I'm talking about. We don't need to discuss that. But so apparently the mic wouldn't just plug in and work.
Okay.
And if I looked at the little jack on it, it had 2 stripes on it, and I needed something that had 3 stripes on it because that
Was a 3-stripe
separates.
job?
Because it separates
Oh,
the
okay.
mic and the headphones.
Okay.
So I had to buy this $10 thing that I got on eBay, and that came, and that also was in an Amazon package. And I'm wondering what the fuck's going on here. If Amazon bought eBay, I'm gonna not be happy.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But that would have been huge news. Like, huge news.
I swear to God, there is something going on with the news sorcery-ish. I don't know what the right
Sources.
word
Sources.
is for it, but
News.
yeah. How do we get? how do we even get our news nowadays? There is no way. Well, so the way it used to be, network, everybody had a TV, network, free. Everything was free, right? TV, just plug in your TV and you had network.
You just had ads.
Right. Now people don't even have that. Like, so information, not everybody gets the same information anymore.
Well, there's good news and bad news to that. So the good news is, because like even so here's where it got weird. So basically the network news, it didn't need to turn a profit when TV started, 40s, 50s, into the 60s. It wasn't expected that the news division was going to turn a profit.
Right.
Like, they were there for the public good, whatever. If they got ad revenue off of it, great. It helped.
Right.
But they would make that up in other places. And I don't know the exact year. I know there's been documentaries on. Ralph Nader could talk about it forever. It turned into a money-making thing, and you had to make money. And that's when If It Bleeds, It Leads came about.
Right.
That kind of thing.
But what I'm saying is now...
I know. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So from that, the corporations are just absolute trash. And now to have access, they will report pretty much whatever the government just says. At any level. That includes local as well. They don't want to... The hard-hitting reporters generally, for the corporate entities, they will hard hit a contractor who hoses people. They'll do something like that and not generally something government. Usually. I'm not saying it's 100%. And that's so that the government entity, in this case, and Trump he's already after the AP because they wouldn't say Gulf of America.
Right.
So that's a whole... This is cartoonish, actually. It's serious, but it's still cartoonish.
Right.
It's a fucking caricature of what we've had.
Right.
And so, you kind of can't. I mean, basically, if you watch any kind of news, the weather, and it's about...
Well, I guess what I'm saying is there used to be, everybody in the country.
So it got a little weird around Vietnam War.
Yes, I'd say right about the 70s is when...
that's when the government started clamping down a little more, and it got more corporate.
In the 80s,
right.
We had cable come around, and then people had a little bit of choice, and then 90s...
Well, and that brings in a different thing. Now with the 24-hour news cycle, people go to be first as opposed to being right.
Correct.
So
and
they
now
would just put any fucking thing on.
Now we're at, and then it morphed
and they'll
into
parse the words.
Facebook, where some people started to get news, and then people went off TV-ish and free.
Okay. So we were talking about that at the campaign meeting tonight. So there's campaign stuff on the major social media networks, but they get to control who sees what.
Yep.
And if you give them money, they will show your shit to more people.
Yep.
And at some point, I'm not giving Elon money. I will be giving Zuck money.
Yep.
I don't know how much, but it will. If I want to win, if I want to be on city, well, I don't know if I want to be on, but if I'm going to do this for reals, I'm going to have to give Zuck some money. That's where people are, both Facebook and Instagram.
Right. So where we are now is not everybody in the country knows the same thing.
Yes. And some of the things people know, they think that is it.
Yep. So there really is no one place to go to get unbiased information.
There's no such thing.
I mean, I know there never really was, but
no, you just can't. It's impossible. I love because there's I think it's procon.com or something like that. There's a few places that say that's their thing. We show both sides.
No, I know that that's not an option, that everybody has their own personal, but there's it used to be where you can go to a couple of places to get some, at least a sampling, so you had a rounded, full-bodied, or whatever's the right word for it.
Here's what I would argue. I would think that's a more romantic look at how things used to be. we didn't get all the information.
I feel so untethered right now, and
Yeah.
it's scary.
And again, that's where I was going. It's good news, bad news, in a way. No pun intended. It's good news because it means we're starting to see that even what like the paternal 3 networks, right, really didn't usually have our best interests at heart. So
Agreed.
It forced, and I talk about this with my students all the time, to where they get sick of it. That and the dad jokes.
Nothing like a good dad joke.
Yeah, not when you're a teen though. They don't tend to like them.
Oh, they like them.
No, not
They
mine.
don't. They don't admit it, but they like them.
Mine throw things.
I know. I know they do.
So, it's much easier just to have a little bit of information, to just have it black or white, right, wrong, this, that. Just having 2 choices, and most things are really gray and messy.
Yep.
And there isn't a yeah, that is. But we don't teach that, and that is an issue. So when you get to be an adult, you get really disoriented. And so I'm trying to get my kids anyway, who need a lot of other things, but I'm trying to get them used to that. Like, just understand you might not have, quote, the answer to something. And that's okay. And that could be forever on something, right? Like, the same way your sexual orientation could change or be fluid, that something else could, do. Somebody else was saying this downstairs about their dad or something. Like, we've talked about this on the show. First time I ever voted. I voted for fucking Reagan. I didn't know any better, and I've changed, and things have been fluid. And
I went to the. Did you go to the convention down that was here in Rochester when he was around?
Reagan?
In the 80s?
No, I didn't.
I did. I waltzed into there. I didn't know what the hell was going on. All about it. Like, I didn't know. Yeah.
So there is, and it's very neglected right now. And I'm not sorry because I'm doing stuff. It's not like I'm just sitting around doing
But
nothing.
this is how you learn.
So
Experience is not a bad thing
at-
if it teaches you.
damn, it's been so long I almost forgot what the name of the fucking website was. Oh, sorry. Coolcatsforchange.com. When it's
I know who set that website up for you.
coolcats4 change.com. There is a thing there with a list of resources to get news. It's more like individual. There's a few outlets, but there's some just individual reporters. These days, you find, and it takes research. Look, and it takes following somebody on a social media thing, and maybe then you find that you decide that they suck. And it's not somebody who just echoes what you say. If you're looking for someone who says exactly what you think, it's someone. Look, there's people who I follow on my social media who I know are in those countries or from those countries or have family in those countries, and I follow them on purpose. And I don't necessarily agree with them all the time. Someone who I do not agree with all the time is Glenn Greenwald. There are times that dude just, I want to, speaking of sock full of nickels, I want to slap him upside the head with one sometimes.
Yeah.
But he says and reports on some really important shit. And that's someone you should probably follow. And don't take everything he says as gospel, but there's a bunch of people like that.
What's his name?
Glenn Greenwald. And it's at coolcatsforchange.com. There is a list of folks and outlets. Look, I'm telling you, these are not going to tell you, yay, the Federal Reserve is the best thing ever. They're not going to tell you don't get vaccinated. They're not going to tell you how awesome RFK Jr. is. But
plastics are going to kill us.
Yeah, but they are going to report stuff that won't get on ABC network news. They are going
to NPR. How good is NPR?
NPR is very, if you like Barack Obama, that's your outlet. But Barack Obama has called drone strikes on kids, right? I
like Barack Obama. I don't dislike Barack Obama.
I would totally. No, I wouldn't. I was gonna say I'd have a beer with Barack. No, I wouldn't. But I'm not a fan. He's a corporatist. He has no problem with droning kids, and I'm good. Nope. He's personable. absolutely. But he rolls.
Is there any ex-president you 100% would have a beer with? Is there any
I don't know if you'd have a
ex-president
beer
that
is
you
probably-
100%?
Well, it's
support?
impossible.
Okay. All right.
there's
So
no-
you do realize that there are things that a president has to do that they could never. Let me rephrase that. That didn't sound right. I don't know. I can't even imagine being in that position.
You know what? I just said this the other day, and he still keeps ignoring me on this. There is a green in New York State.
In fact, I couldn't be president because I wouldn't make that decision. I'd walk away.
There's a green who has run for office numerous times. Has worked with Ralph Nader. Awesome dude. He's retired, but not from activism and that sort of stuff. Still does amazing work. So, fuck it, I'm going to say his name. Mark Dunley. And he wrote a book. And I gave a copy, and I've never got it back. And if I find it on eBay, it's probably going to be like $80.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a fiction book about the first green president. A green who, and the situation, I don't remember the exact situation, but it was around 9/11, and what a green president would have done in that instance. And I think that was and again, total fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a fascinating look at what could be possible if it wasn't a Republican or a Democrat in the highest office we
Could
have.
a green ever make it that far?
I don't know. No, not
Realistically.
not with the current system. The
Right.
system would have to disintegrate, which we might be getting there.
Right. I guess that's the thing. The way things run.
I know you're shocked that we're over an hour.
Hmm?
We're over an hour.
Dang, we filled it.
Yeah. Whenever there's booze in a microphone, you'll find us.
Dang.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
super.
dun, dun, dun.
So, all right. So, in theory, we'll be back next week. I think Melissa might be still on assignment, but I don't know. Do you want to? Should I find a sit-in person?
It's up to you.
Oh, I'm asking your opinion. Would you like another person here?
I don't know.
I'll make sure they loomy themselves from head to toe
There you
so
go.
they don't smell. How about that?
Make sure they put it on their feet because that's what it's for.
Oh no, it's going everywhere. That's what the
Everywhere.
commercial says. Your crack. They say crack. Your privates.
Because they're trying to sell a product.
They're gonna fucking gargle with it.
It's
I will
for the
watch them
feet.
gargle with
It's
it.
for the feet. The feet. Telling you, that's what it's for. If men would put it on their feet, their shoes wouldn't smell. In fact, Dr. Scholl's have had this forever. He used to buy it for Dominic, and he would never use it.
All right. Well, I know what a bit I'm putting at the end of this now.
Huh?
I know what bit I'm putting at the end of the show now.
Oh, damn it.
All right. So we'll be back next week again with this campaign and me having to be at everything.
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 Yeah, we'll figure it out some one way or another.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll be back. Thanks for tuning in. StuartBordasso.com. Look, Stuart Bordasso Radio is going 24/7. I listen to it.
Me
I mean,
too.
I mean, it actually, the music is, I mean, there's a couple of songs in there where I'm like, man, I put this in there, huh? Okay, whatever. But sometimes it surprises me, but there's also some really good shit. I will guarantee you most of the music you've never heard before, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's geared towards sticking it to the man.
Hey,
So,
you got any Kendrick Lamar on there now?
I
I listen to him now.
You know what?
I am really impressed.
Let me see. I may, but I may not.
You know,
Let's
I put up, I did a figurative language or figurative language assignment on his halftime show. Assignment for one of my students. There's some good nuggets there. What? No, I pulled out standards. Nobody's going to come at me on that one.
I do not. I do not have any at this moment in time.
There are clean versions.
Oh, this is internet radio. There's constant, all of our bits.
No, it doesn't matter. No, I'm just saying that he actually has provided clean versions.
No, I would rather not for Stuart Pedasso Radio. But anyway, there's tons of stuff on there, and it's one of the few things I do to relax. Actually, getting more music and previewing music. I would love to tell you, I sit there and listen
I've listened to his music with a different lens recently, and it's just it's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be back, and you should listen to Stuart Pedasso Radio all the time. Cool Cats for Change. In fact, you know what? I'll put a link right to that. Right to the list of news people you can check out.
Please do.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And our old buddy Lee Camp apparently has resurrected Redacted tonight. I haven't had a chance to look at it. The first episode was out like literally 2 days ago, and I haven't had a chance to check it out. I hope maybe they brought some of the old people back from it. If you remember that show, we had Lee Camp on the show via Zoom, and when I got him to come to town and do stand-up. It was an amazing night. I don't think I can pull that off twice. All right, so we'll be back in theory next week.
In theory.
Bye.
Bye.
For years, the beauty industrial complex has been telling you that you weren't pretty. Your skin doesn't glow enough. Girl, you got to do something about those eyebrows. What about those crusty feet? Or that tummy? But nothing could be further from the truth. You don't need to spend all that money on those things because you're already beautiful. Where you should be spending your money is on the fact that you're really a disgusting, smelly whore. It's true. That's why I invented Lumi. No, really, you stank bitch. All of you. Armpits, underboob, the back of your neck, thumbnails. You reek. That's why you need Lumi. Check this out. When you get out of the shower, you have a stink rating that I just made up of 0. After just 2 hours, your stink rating goes to 50. 50! This isn't something I made up. It's science that I just made up. Lumi doesn't just cover up that gagging odor you're torturing children and small animals with. Lumi is handcrafted to stop every internal organ from producing anything that could possibly make you smell like a living, breathing human being. Our secret ingredient is, well, I can't tell you that, but let's just say it made with something that rhymes with geranium. Now, how would your mother feel if she knew you were walking around being the putrid skank you are? She wouldn't be very happy, so jump into a big vat of Lumi today, you foul stench maiden.